Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 135 for this July. I said July, man, we're in August already. Jesus Christ. August 4th. Man, it's becoming that, the summers are just shorter than they used to be. I don't know what it is. The summers just seem shorter. August comes, then we're in the fall. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you guys are getting your week started off well. I mean, I am. It's sunny here in Philadelphia like I always am, and I love the sun. Sun brings vitamin D. Sun brings like feeling good. Sun brings all the release of serotonin. You get good vibes when the sun is out. One of the big reasons I moved to Philadelphia, actually. So I hope you guys are having some sunshine wherever you are in the world today. We're going to be talking about a couple of things today. Not a lot of tech news. Tech news today. If you guys got something interesting you want to talk about, throw that in the chat. Feel free to do that. We're going to talk about some eInk stuff today, though. The Crystal Nib news we're going to talk about. We're going to get into some of those things. Something I thought was interesting. Some people filmed the speed of light. And I'm just like, wow. How do you film the speed of light? Well, you do it at 3 trillion frames a second. We got the details. We'll talk about it. Again, hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. Shout out to the chat members who are in the chat right now. These are kind of like my co-hosts. Some good friends that are here. They always help me out with the engagement of the conversations and give me a reason to talk when I do the call-in section. So if you don't know, we do a call-in section here from segment to segment. We do 3 segments. A technology segment where we talk about the tech news of the day, like we're going to do in a few minutes here. We do a segment where we talk about maker stuff. That's like the last segment. The second segment we do is eInk stuff, which is another reason I do the live stream. A big reason I do the live stream is because of eInk technology. So those are the 3 segments. And after each of those segments, we have like a call-in section to where if you want to say something live on the air, you have the ability to do that. You can go to the link in the description. That link in the description is going to take you to the events channel. And there you can raise your hand and let me know you want to say something. Also, there's a link to join the Discord down there. So you can click on that link as well if you're down there already anyway. Big up to the chat crew that's here already. We got Big Mike in here. We got The Rock in here. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's get the air horns going here. It's always slow on a Monday. People getting back to work, just groggy, getting up, 10 a.m. I get it. The Rock, how's it going? Aaron, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's seriously sunny in Philadelphia today. We got some good weather today. I can't argue with it. Decent weather here today. What else we got here? Oh yeah, let's talk about the holidays we got going here, like we normally do to get the show started here. Coast Guard, 235th birthday today. So shout out to the Coast Guard. National Chocolate Chip Day today. Get your chocolate chip on and don't feel guilty about it. It's the day for that. It's the holiday for it. So if you're going to do it anytime, do it now. And it's International Clouded Leopard Day. Now, I had never heard of a clouded leopard before. So, we got to look that up. We got to look up the clouded leopard. That's definitely the wrong one. Chat, that is definitely the wrong browser window. Let's get the proper browser window up here, chat. Let's get the proper one. Clouded leopard. Oh, boy. Oh, did we find it? Oh, there it is. Okay, clouded leopard. Yeah, so clouded leopards. Bringing some awareness to clouded leopards today. Where are they from? The Himalayas. Okay, in the foothills of the Himalayas, you got these clouded leopards. All right, no doubt. Shout out to the clouded leopards then. They doing their thing. Mike, how's it going? eInk, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I appreciate you guys for being here. We're just getting it going. Like I said, this is the daily tech news show where we just talk about those things, eInk, maker stuff, and the tech news of the day. Like I said, with some of my closest friends down here. They're in the chat now. Co-host, as it were. What else we got here? And if you like that kind of thing, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of this stuff throughout the week, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's a good time. All right, you guys, let's go right into the tech stories of the day, shall we? All right, first thing we got up here is, what do we got? Oh, a truck full of Samsung phones stolen. That was interesting. It was all over the news this morning, and I'm thinking, phones get stolen all the time. What's the big deal? What is like legitly what? Oh, you know what, chat? I was on the wrong. Oh, this. Oh, they. Oh, I was fooled. I was fooled. We got to try this again. I got to go back. Oh, we got to do the browser thing again, chat. We got to change the window back. I made a mistake. It's all on me. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Now we're good to go. Now we're good to go. Okay, truck carrying thousands of Galaxy Z Fold or Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 phone units got stolen. So this comes a few days after Samsung broke pre-order records for Galaxy Foldable. So I guess this is why it's making news. It's because they broke records with the pre-orders for these phones, and now a truckload of them get stolen. So a truck carrying 12,000 Galaxy phones, including 5,000 Galaxy Z, Z Fold 7, and Z Flip 7 models, was stolen in London. The shipment was apparently worth almost $10 million, but it was insured, so they didn't lose any money on this. But someone's going to gain some money, apparently. This also comes a few days after Samsung confirmed that its new phones broke pre-order records for Galaxy Foldables. Yeah, this phone looks pretty good. It's unanimously touted as being a very good phone. Not anything groundbreaking, just really refined version of what they've released in the past. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 seems more popular than the previous Galaxy Foldables. Now it looks like these Samsung phones have been popular enough to steal en masse. Reports, what do we got here? Yonhap News TV reports that a truck carrying 12,000 Galaxy phones was recently stolen near London Heathrow Airport. The shipment, including 5,000 Galaxy Z7 and Z Flip 7 devices and 5,000 Galaxy Watch 8 models, along with older devices like the Galaxy S25 series and Galaxy A16 range. It's believed that the shipment was stolen after it was moved to a warehouse following its arrival at the airport. The outlet reports that the cargo was worth 13.3 billion won, that's $9.6 million if you're keeping track in the US. But there was no actual loss as it was insured. British police apparently launched an investigation after the incident and found the container in question, but it's unclear if any Samsung products were uncovered. Yeah, it's a very interesting story. A very interesting story. I didn't know, like I said, why it was so big, but I guess the fact that they're breaking pre-order records is the big news, and this is kind of an extension of that. What do we got going on in the chat? Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. Wherever she's lurking, no doubt. How's it going, Owen? Thanks for being here. I hope we can get a hot phone for cheap. The phones are getting cheap. Really good phones too. And definitely happy Monday, everyone. What else we got here? Let's go to the next story we have here, which is going to be YouTubers film at 10 trillion? What do we got? Yeah, 10 trillion frames a second to capture the speed of light. And I was skeptical of this when I first read this story. I'm like, they captured the speed of light? This is interesting. Let's take a look here. Okay, they don't show the experiment here. Holy cow. Okay. Okay, well, I thought we would get a video showing what maybe we do. Maybe we do, chat. Maybe we do. All right, we want to get the moment. We want to capture the moment here. So let's scrub through this and capture the moment. I think it's interesting that we get to just to see this kind of thing here. There we go.
Right, okay, so what we're seeing here is...
So that right there is them capturing a light.
Looks all very cover technology is cool.
With photon of light?
What are we doing here?
Apparently the bottle that's in this video.
Right, okay, so what we're seeing here is...
I mean, it was superimposed on it because the camera that they used to capture this particular footage, it wouldn't be able to capture the bottle and the photon of light. So it's just, they had to superimpose the bottle after the fact. So we're not actually seeing the bottle and the photon in the same clip here. But just so that you know, I think it's super interesting though. We live in a time where we can do this kind of thing. I think it's super interesting. Do we care, chat, that we've captured the speed of light on camera?
The bottles that's been comped in, basically.
Yeah, so this camera only detects the light itself, which is a
Oh, there we go.
bluish laser light.
There we go. That's the actual
Which is why you
footage
don't
right
really
there.
see anything else other than the light looking like that. And then we comp in the...
I think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting. Let me turn this headphone up here. Interested to know your thoughts though, chat. Aaron said no. Oh my goodness. I think it's cool. But anyway, we've gotten to a point to where we can capture the speed of light traveling. We can't capture the speed of light, but we can capture light traveling on film. That's awesome. I mean, it's cool, but we have lonely men perv on girls in summer. It's awesome. This is gonna Owen. So this is gonna help us, yeah, because it's just proof. This is just like a proof. It's just like knowing the math equation leads to some solution. Knowing how it gets there is kind of important. I like it. I think it's cool. All right, let's go on to the next thing. It doesn't impact our world at all. It's just very cool. It just being able to, and this is just about clicks, because these are just YouTubers who are doing this. This is just about clicks. But the cool part, I don't have those. Oh, where am I? I don't have them. But the cool part is that we can actually capture light on camera. Even more impressively, there's some researchers, I think they were in Germany, who captured, who froze light. Like, I don't know how you do that, but that was a weird concept to think about. All right. Last weird science story here. Last weird science story. Unbelievable simulation showing the speed of the International Space Station leaves people stunned. So basically, this is a rendition of what it would look like if the space station were only 10,000 feet above the Earth. Like right now, it's do we know the distance? It's at this sweet spot in between like outer space and like the Earth. Like there's a spot where you can sit the space station and it will continuously just fall forever. And that's exactly what the space station is doing. It's in a continuous fall, but it's going so fast that it never gets, well, it will eventually inch down, right, and burn up. But the point is that it's going so fast that it's in a continuous fall. But if you drop the space station below a certain height, it will start to actually fall at a rate that we can discern. But point being, if you could bring the space station down to a level that we could see it hovering over us, say 10,000 feet, then it would be going very fast. I mean, it is going fast now. It just doesn't look like it if you were to look up and see the space station from wherever you live. At certain points of the year, you can look up and see the space station wherever you live at. But it looks like it's going really slowly because it's moving slowly across the sky. But if it was closer to us, I mean, that thing is cooking. The space station is definitely cooking. So anyway, let's take a look at this real quick. Well, this isn't as impressive as it made out to be right now, but the concept to me is super impressive of what the space station would look like if it was traveling at its normal speed, what it would look like traveling over the Earth at a lower altitude. All right, so that's the deal. Okay, use the science stuff, okay? Use the science stuff. Yeah, is this going to help us? No. This is not help humanity at all. It's just perspective. And good to see. It's good to see. It's good to see. All right, we're moving on. Next thing we got up here is Nintendo raising the price of the Switch 1 from $299 to $339. So a $40 increase on the hardware, that's huge. Now, I just bought a Switch. Like, I didn't have one before. I was rocking the Wii for a long time. I literally just got rid of the Wii and we just got a Switch. The first Switch, not the two. And I thought, I can't be the only one thinking this. Like, they got a slew of new games coming out. I'm thinking, okay, the price of the first one's going to go down or whatever. Just buy the first one. There are no games on the two that I want right now anyway. Animal Crossing, Switch Sports, that's what I do. But I kind of figured this might be the case, that more people would start buying the first generation of this particular console. What I didn't anticipate is them raising the price. So this is interesting. This is super interesting that they would raise the price of the console by $40. Like, that's not for nothing. Like, $40 is like what, 15% of the cost of the system? You know what I mean? Like, more than that. We talking 20%? Like, that's not for nothing. That's a pretty huge, significant jump in the cost of the system. And that's not just limited to the system. That's the peripherals as well. Accessories for the system are also getting their prices hiked. So a very interesting choice on Nintendo's front. The Rock says, but it's an important concept. The speed of light is the fastest any action can happen, including electronics, chemical reactions, etc. Yeah. It's good to know, good perspective, and at some point I'm sure we'll be able to use that at some point to where we can film the speed of light. And it like I said, it's a proof. It's just another step in the proof that yes, this is the fastest. It's the universal speed limit. Nothing can move faster than it unless it gets turned to matter, kind of thing. I suppose if you combine the technology with deep space telescopes, it would help with retrieving telemetry. Yes. A key thing is the impact is that it's difficult to say that there is finite speed of light and definitely say it's not finite. That's what it's hoping to prove. That's where the proof comes in. He said, that's not how the speed of light looks on Star Wars, Aaron. Of course, Aaron. What else we got here? And if I have folks on Mars, it takes 10 to 20 minutes to communicate. Yeah. See, the thing is, and that's because of how fast transmissions can travel. There's a speed limit to transmissions right now. But if we were to do it with light, that would make it much faster. Is America winning with the tariffs yet? Do you guys feel like you're winning? We're definitely winning. As someone who works in international procurement, no, it will never feel like we're winning. Viwoods software update available now. Yeah, I downloaded it and I was going to talk about that today. And the only reason I didn't, I actually had it on the docket to talk about today, Aaron. The only reason I took it off is because the update was, from what I understood, was essentially the same as the beta that they released a little while back that everyone had been talking about anyway. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. They finished the beta. So that's basically what that is. And I assumed that we had talked I didn't talk it to death because I hadn't mentioned it yet. But if you guys want to talk about that, we could definitely talk about the update. Like I said, I had it on the docket to talk about. I took it off at the last minute because I'm like, okay, well, never mind. People are going to be kind of filled up with that news. But again, I hadn't covered it, and there's a lot there that I hadn't seen, and there's a lot there too. So, there's something. No, the transmission also go the speed of light. Radio waves equal. Oh, okay. So I didn't even know that. I never even thought of it that way, The Rock. That the transmission waves do move at the speed of light. I didn't know radio waves move like light does. I thought they move differently. Thank you. I will go get it now. Need the Viwoods update for my device. Use them at work every day. Oh snap. Okay, so we'll talk about that then. I'll add that we'll add this to the list of things we talk about today. Then, chat. I didn't think it was going to be something you guys would want to talk about, so I took it off. But we'll add it to the list. We'll do that before the Crystal Nib. What update was that? That was Viwoods update. What's that? 3.3.38 or something like that. I literally just took that off of there. I forgot what the update number was. 3.8.5. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, Aaron. All right, so we'll talk about Viwoods update 3.8.5. We'll talk about the notes, and I'll give my initial impressions on it. What's going on with BM? BM says, "Good day, everyone. I can see you with both eyes." Oh, the eye surgery. Oh, congratulations, man. I'm glad you got it done and it went well. BM has new eyes, you guys. I need new eyes as well, but I can't do my LASIK until I've had like 3 consistent eye exams. It's still deteriorating. I got a ways to go. My mantle will be here on Friday. Oh, no doubt. Let's get the applause going. Let's get the applause going for Mr. Mike and his mantle coming back. Listen, dude, anytime you can get your device back that you put all your life's work on, I'm telling you. And when I thought I lost my information on the Note Air 4C, when the Note app stopped working like it was supposed to, oh man, that was a stressful time. Like eInk said, it's a reminder to back up, people. Back up your information. If you haven't backed up, back up today. Back up today, everybody. Believe me, it's worth it. You won't regret that time. All right, what else we got here on the docket, everyone? I think that's all of the tech news I wanted to talk about. There wasn't much tech news. I'm not gonna hold you that I wanted to mention. Unless you guys know of a story that's been brewing that I haven't talked about. What do we got, chat? What do we got? I'm gonna go check it out real quick just to make sure. We gonna look at these headlines. Yeah, we good to go. Yeah, we good to go. There's nothing happening. All right, chat. Let's go ahead and go to the what do we got? The eInk section of the show. Let's go and talk about some eInk, everybody. All right, so in this eInk section of the show, before we actually get it started, why don't we go over to we're gonna open it up to the events channel for the call-in section. If you guys have something to say about any of the eInk or any of the tech stuff we just covered, or if you have a tech story that you thought we should cover, let me know. You got some feedback, you got comment, you can voice it. Hit that link in the description. That'll take you to the events channel. When you are there, you can raise your hand, let me know you want to say something, and we'll get it started. So I'm in there right now, and I can see no one's there. So if you do come in there, I should be able to see it. But in the meantime, let's move on to the next section of the show, the eInk. Since we talked about the Viwoods update 3.8.5, we might as well go ahead and talk about that some more. Like I said, I just updated it this morning. Let's talk about the actual update notes here. And actually, we can bring up their site real quick on this. Okay, here we go. So we'll check out their quick video on this update, and then we'll go through the patch notes.
Key features. Picking. To facilitate quick access and content capture across the interface, this update introduces a floating shortcut for quick notes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I saw this shortcut. I do not like it. I don't like floating things hanging about my screen. It's like the Boox. What's that Boox floating thing called? The Navi ball. Yeah, not a fan.
Content can be selected.
Also, although the Navi ball has a lot of configuration that if you want to go in and configure it just right for what you want it to do and how you want it to behave, it could be good. Defaultly though, trash.
And saved as an image to Quick Notes or inserted directly into Notes for streamlined knowledge organization.
Yeah, that's super distracting though. I don't like the way that's set up. I'm not gonna hold you, chat. I don't like the way that's set up.
Tapping the collapse icon will minimize Quick Notes into a movable floating ball, which can be positioned anywhere on the screen for convenient
Okay, I do like that. I do like that.
recall of
That's
saved
cool.
entries.
Being able to put something in somewhere like in the corner for just like you want to move it, and so it's somewhere where you know what that would be good. You know what that would be good for? If you copy something to the clipboard and it just went off to the side like that, so you would know I have something in the clipboard and that's it. Let me touch on it, see what that is. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Fine. Let me go back to what I was doing, and it's there for whenever I needed to clip it to where I need to clip it to. Now that's cool. I'm not sure if that's what they're doing here, but I think that would be cool.
Activation of the annotation tool. Upon first activation of the annotation tool, the system will automatically lock the current page, enabling freehand drawing and annotations. Once completed, selecting Save will combine the annotations with the page as a screenshot. The page will then be unlocked and return to standard browsing mode. Annotation continuity.
I like that.
To annotate additional pages,
That's cool.
tap the annotation icon in the toolbar. The page will once again enter locked mode.
I like that. That's cool. That's cool. Before we finish this video up, I want to go through. The video's like 6 minutes long, but we'll go through it. What we got in the chat? Beard in the U.S., online safety in the U.K. How do you feel about the way Supernote censors their Reddit page post? So Aaron, how do I feel about that? You know what? It's weird because last night I was making a post responding to someone on Reddit about the Wacom One pin, which we're going to talk about here later on, and the nib that's in that pin. Now, I made a comment about the crystal nib in that post, and as soon as I hit the post button, I thought, oh wow, are they going to ban me or try to censor the post because I'm talking about something that's not Supernote? You know what I mean? And I thought, that made me feel like, wow, I'm just saying something to be helpful in the chat, but the fact that I would even have to think about whether this is bad or not, and knowing that I'm not saying anything bad, that's a problem. I didn't like feeling that way. I didn't like it being stressful for no reason. You know what I mean? And I get why they're doing it. They don't. No, you know what? I don't get why they're doing it. It just doesn't make sense. Competition is helpful. A conversation about competing products is helpful. Like if your product is good, I mean, it doesn't matter if someone's talking about a different product. You got a good product, so you know. I don't like it. What do you guys think? I don't personally like it. I used to understand why they did it, but now, like I said, when someone who's literally not talking about like anything competitive, to feel like, oh, I wonder if I can make this post here. It sounds super. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I love the Navi ball. I can make it useful for almost anyone. See, that's a testament to your skills with getting into settings and customizing eInk. Because if you can, like I said, if you can get in there, if you are okay with the settings and get in there and customizing the Navi ball for what you want it to do and how you want it to behave, then it could be good. Defaultly though, it's just, man, it's just so, I can't bring up other platforms or compare other devices or Supernote in discussion. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if my post is still up, to be honest with you. I just felt like, I wonder if they're going to leave it up. The Rock says, dear tech companies, do not use AI voiceover. Hire a voiceover artist. They always sound they do. But you know what? I watched a video the other day where this guy clearly used AI voiceover for his video. He's using the YouTube tool that it will replace your mouth with a mouth that moves how you're talking in whatever language you want to talk in, and you can tell that this guy did that, right? But it looked so cool. I don't know. It had its own aesthetic, had its own vibe. I showed it to Amy. I'm like, Amy, I can't. This video is garbage, but I can't stop watching it. It's total and other trash, but I can't stop watching it because of how the dude did the voiceover and how he edited it, and it reminded me of I don't know. It felt like a Disney commercial. It was very unique. Did they hire John Ivy to do the narration? I feel the same way. Durock says, if it's their Reddit page, Supernote has every right to curate it as they want. That said, if you want more honest discussion, to go to a more generalized user-hosted Reddit thread, i.e. eInk. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? But you want to foster that. I would imagine you would want to foster that kind of discussion on your own forums, so you can kind of, have some input in it. Better yet, though, to be honest with you, I've been feeling like this lately. Like, it's almost weird that they would even want to say anything. Like right now, in the Discord that I created, yeah, I talk in the Discord and I speak in the Discord, but I almost feel like I should just stay out of it. I almost feel like I should just let the conversations go their way without me inputting at all, because it really isn't about me. It's about the Discord. I'm just facilitating conversation there. And so now sometimes I feel like maybe I shouldn't even say anything about what's going on in the Discord, or as far as putting my stamp or opinion on things in there, and just kind of let the conversations go. Yeah. So it seems weird for me taking that kind of stance in something that, I'm putting forward and helping facilitate. I feel like I shouldn't intervene. And they're like, no, we're intervening to the fullest. We're not even letting you talk about certain things. And I'm like, I don't really care what people talk about, in the Discord, as long as it's on topic. You know what I'm saying? That would be like me being in my Discord, like, oh, I don't want people to talk about other YouTubers in here. You know what I mean? It's like, ew. Like, I wouldn't even. That's how it feels to me when I see Supernote or Ratta, the company, doing that. Like I almost don't want to join conversations. I definitely would not be comfortable with dictating conversation. Like I said, unless it's off topic, then that's a different thing. Okay, what about I had to reboot? I had a conversation I wanted to have, if that's okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. Owen. Jump on in there, Owen. There we go. Owen is in there. Okay. Let me okay this, and then we'll switch over. So we're gonna go over to the call-in section here, because we clearly, Owen clearly has something to say about this, and it's clearly a debate and conversation people want to have. So let's get on over there real quick. All right, Owen. You've been invited, Owen, so you can just jump up whenever you're ready. Oh, there he goes. 1 second, you guys. Let me get over to the Discord live. Hey, 1 second. All right, go right ahead. Get yourself situated. I'm gonna get the. Hold on. Let me get the stream situated. 1 second. Let me just switch over here. My bad, you guys. I'm just trying to get the spotlight open over here. Bam, here we go. Okay, all right. All right, so my bad, Owen. So we're good to go.
You need no Elgato Stream Deck.
I do. And I've been saying that for months, and I've been talking about it for a long time. I just haven't had the time to go and research to which one I
And
want.
this is bugging me now. I'm just going to start kicking your ass and nagging you until you order one. Because the thing is, you order like 3 ebook devices a month. Like, you can order a Stream Deck.
You're absolutely right, yo. You're absolutely right, Owen.
All right. So I got a question for you in the forum.
Yeah.
What is your take on dead internet theory?
What is dead internet theory? You have to educate me
So
on
the
that one.
dead internet theory is that Google has become so massive to the point that, and so ad driven to the point that it suppresses all other data on the internet to show ad relevant results. So they show. Yeah, you've heard about it?
I've heard about it, but I haven't heard about it called that yet.
Well, I call it web decay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I've heard that.
You know, there used to be this truism for the internet where we would say what gets uploaded to the net stays there forever, and that used to be to a degree true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if your wife uploaded dirty photos or things like that, there would be a genuine danger of it being true because the internet was small, it was confined. But it's become so expansive that we now have terminology for levels of the internet. We have the clear web, which is Yahoo, which is Google, which is MSN, which is the internet that they want you to see. It's the safe internet. It's Amazon. It's Paramount Plus. It's HBO, right?
Mm-hmm. Then there's a dark web, right?
Then there's the dark web,
mm-hmm.
which is a little bit weirder, a little bit fruitier, but it encourages curiosity. Which is
and
the
just so we're clear, when we say the dark web, we're talking about the web where it's just not indexed websites like you would normally go to a web browser.
Exactly, it's using Tor and ICP.
Yeah.
You know, it's relatively secure internet. What people don't understand is that Tor and ICP, by their very nature, are more secure, but they're not infallible. It's like VPNs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the deep web. Like, the deep web is where Al-Qaeda communicates and things like that, you know? And it's curious because, you know, it seems their way to try and keep people away and to moderate that part of the internet is to make it invisible. And it is, for the most part, invisible. It still uses old school methods like IRC, like email, like forum boards and things like that you can encrypt a lot more easily than you can, you know, by using Tor and things like that. So,
okay, gotcha.
So there's this concern now that we've become too dependent upon Google, and we've become too dependent on things like Reddit for our answers, and that in that happening, we're more easily manipulated. This is the viewpoint from a lot of internet theorists on my side, that the conversation that we're having, you know?
And you're saying that this has something to do with the internet decay?
Yeah, but because the thing is, it's suppressing all of those articles, all of those long form articles that used to be there freely, that you used to be able to achieve with a Google Boolean search, you know? You ask a kid these days what a Boolean search is, they don't know what that is.
That used to be the way we had to do Google searches, because search wasn't so natural language as it is now. Like, when you do a search, you can search how you want. Used to be, I used to have to use keywords in searches, like and like Boolean terms. If you're searching for a car plus sign, red, if not red, blue. All these things you would have to do, and these are coding terms that you would have to know just to do a regular Google search.
You know what's funny? I still search like that. I still search like that. Like for all the conversations we've had where I talk about AI moving towards natural language, I still use search engines like the Ask Jeeves days.
Well, you know what? That's not a bad thing, because there, people don't know this either. You can put aliases on your, like, just using the same kind of nomenclature we were just talking about with search terms. You can manipulate your email in the same way, as far as like adding aliases onto your email when you sign up for certain services, right? So it's very cool to have been growing up in that age of having to know some kind of code to use computers, because it puts you in an advantageous point of knowing how the sausage is made.
Well, there's a reason I'm heading towards this. So stick with me. But I wanted to clarify that there is a way around this, because Google is making you lazy by providing contextual results on the Google front page. But if you go to Tools, you can select all results, and you can get all of those old results that Google have archived since day one on Google. My other suggestion is to use something like DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I bring this up is that there's a concern that it's a tinfoil hat theory that dead internet theory was like laying the groundwork to enable things like Beard in the state and the states and the Online Safety Act to curb people's behavior on the internet by exposing them to only certain kinds of data. And I was kind of thinking that there was a validity to it. I was kind of thinking that maybe they had a point that even I didn't see back in the day, that we're corporatizing the internet. So it's like when you search for something like crystal nibs on Google, if you've got a competitor out there in the future that also uses crystal nibs, if they've paid more money to Google, they'll get the top result, irrespective of whether you created it or not. Right?
Yeah.
And I worry about this because it's giving them taste, and it's giving the governments the idea that they can control the flow of information on the internet.
Well, can't they?
They can and they can't.
Well, see, I think they can, but they shouldn't.
Agreed.
But who knows if they, what the actual answer to that is, though.
Have you actually been following like why everyone is so upset with the online safety bill?
No, I haven't.
So here in the UK at the moment, with Reddit, for example, and other sites that are required to conform to the standards, they now have to age check people before giving you access to their website.
Oh, okay, okay. YouTube is doing the same thing. I actually did this on
Reddit the other day. Yeah. I did this the other day on Reddit. Like, it came up with a pop-up and it asked me to stick my head in front of the webcam.
Yeah.
And upload photos of me to verify that I'm over the age of 16.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what you were talking about. Yeah, I've definitely been keeping up with that. And it's definitely one of those things to where people are kind of up in arms about it, but I think it's a natural progression. I think they're going to use it, and then they're going to find out how bad it is, and then we're going to move on to something else.
Do you think that this is what we were talking about the other day, sacrificing some freedoms to guarantee
absolutely
some degree of autonomy?
I think it gets worse than the facial recognition, though. You know, I think it gets worse than that. I think what happens is they try this. No, go ahead.
This is what I worry about because the U.S. government at the moment is making life really hard for archive.org, which is simply an archive endeavor to make sure that information never ever gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they're trying really, really hard to make sure it gets lost because there's a lot of undesirable information in there.
Mm.
And it feels more like they're protecting. I think that this is my objection with it. It feels more like they're protecting corporate interests.
Well, anytime there's money involved, and anytime you got masses of people dealing with something, there's going to be money involved, and then money's going to dictate. That's just the way I see it. I always think that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, always think that's the case. But listen,
I wanted to ask you. Yeah. I just wanted to ask what you thought of the whole beard thing. But if you're underprepared, then you're underprepared.
Yeah,
I want to talk to you
definitely.
later about workflow.
All right, definitely.
I want to see your workflow.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I'll definitely educate myself up on the beard conversation, so we can have so I can give my opinion and we have a decent conversation about it. But we'll definitely catch back up when we get to another section. I appreciate you, Owen.
All right, there, buddy.
All right. All right, so that's Owen. Appreciate Owen for doing the call-in section of the show there. He's Owen's been helping with me this call-in. If not for Owen, I wouldn't have that many call-ins. So I appreciate you, Owen, for showing them how it's done out there. I appreciate that. So anyway, back to this eInk conversation that we were having about the Viwoods AI paper, update 3.8.5, I think it was. We were watching that video, and then I stopped to go to the chat, and we had to get Owen into the call-in because he had been waiting for a little while. What else we got here? Think Apple, Samsung, Google, anything else, Democrat, Republican, etc. Coming from The Rock. Aaron says this Viwood update is taking forever. Yeah, it took forever for me to get the install going too. It really took a long time. So we'll get back to this video here. Where they're talking about the key features of this particular device. Let's get back there. Can we? Yeah, there we go.
Supporting continuous annotation. Annotation management.
All right, I'm not gonna hold you. Their video is just painful. When it takes that long for you to show a feature and you're not talking about another feature, that's dead air that they shouldn't have.
Offering flexible voice note management. Daily. Subscription event synchronization is now supported with both Google Calendar and Outlook Calendar.
Oh, that's cool. Now that's awesome. Before it was like, why you have Google integration and my mail doesn't even show up here? What's use is that to me? I like that.
Recurring events are indicated with a loop icon as a suffix.
And I like that they describe a lot of the smaller, intricate icons and what they mean, because a lot of companies have these smaller, intricate icons on their calendar app and throughout the UI, and you don't know what they do, and you have to just sit there and try to figure it out. It's nice to be told.
AI. Overwhelmed by frequent AI.
Okay, we don't care about the AI
and other
features.
Functions.
Web search. Yeah, that took too long.
Third-party handwriting compatibility.
Oh, that's cool.
Compatible with handwriting input in the Zodo application.
All right, let's get right to it. Let's get right to it, chat. We're going to just to check the patch notes here. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did to the UI, but it doesn't look as bold as it used to. I don't know what they did to that, but yeah, it doesn't look as bold. Let's go to these settings. We're going to check out the actual patch notes here. It's quite a list, chat, so I hope you guys are ready. I hope you got your coffee, your popcorn. Let me take a sip of coffee. Okay. All right, let's get right into it. We got Can we get down here more? There we go. We got this update introduces new features, resolves unknown issues, enhances interface design, and improves both user experience and system performance. Key features, we got picking. A new shortcut toggle has been added to the drop-down menu to enable picking floating button. Once activated, it serves as a quick access entry point for picking. While the original top right shortcut remains available, users can choose whichever suits their workflow. The picking quick access pop-up has been enlarged, and the menu bar now supports transparency, making it easier to extract and edit content from other applications. I do like the thought of that. How they're implementing it, though, I think could probably be done better. A collapse icon has been added to the picking menu. When collapsed, it appears as a floating button for quick repeated use. The picking window now defaults to reopening the most recent session. To create a new note to switch to another, users can select to create a new note or switch to another. Users can select from the menu. There's an icon between the menu, so whatever that is. Paper and Meeting, introducing voice recording and transcription AI command support. For daily, we got Outlook and Google Calendar now support synchronization of subscribed events. AI added a knowledge base module, supports saving session content, and integrated the Gemini model. Ooh, I like that. Each module has introduced a trial web search feature limited to Viwoods account login for trial use. So you got to be logged into your account for this functionality. Drop-down quick access menu. Added a auto ghosting removal feature. Handwriting compatibility for third-party apps, which we just kind of saw there in the video. Added compatibility for handwriting in the Zoto app and Gboard handwriting input. Let's see. Oh, did I not show those things I was talking about? My bad, chat. Here we go. Other features. Learning section. Improved interface and interaction for display, allowing users to freely adjust document matching parameters. Oops, there we go. Document matching parameters. Added toggle to show the hide border lines in PDF editing. Added the ability to adjust proportional scaling of images in EPUB, AZW, and AZW3 formats, enabling users to customize image display sizes as needed. Introduced a new uncategorized tag in the folder management panel, making it easier to organize unclassified documents. I think that's humongous. The eNote does that, and I think that was one of the features I liked about that file format. And it's nice to see that they brought that here. The folder section or folder creation icon is now consistently located at the top of the interface. Great having a consistent place throughout all of your UI to add folders. Awesome. Style changes made to EPUB, AZW, and AZW3 files now support quick navigation to the current content. Optimize the interaction and visual design of annotations and highlighted notes within reading notes. Users can now rename annotations within reading notes. And 9, the entire PDF document supports exporting with highlighted sections. So that seems like you can highlight sections, and when you export PDF, those highlights remain. Paper section. Photo creation icon is now informally placed at the top of the interface. The selection pen color is represented when returning to the file. What is it? It's just saving the color that you were using. And minor interface adjustments in paper. Meeting section. The selected pen color is preserved when returning to the file. Minor interface adjustments. Daily section. Recurring events are now marked with a loop icon. And next, we got some AI stuff here. For AI, knowledge base features, save functions, supports one-click saving to the knowledge base, allowing renaming, selecting, or creating categories with a view button for quick navigation. Multi-select save enables long pressing in conversions to multi-select or select all response content for saving to the knowledge base. That's cool. Anytime you can batch do something on a device like this, I think is very good. View and sort. The knowledge base module supports grid and list views, as well as sorting by name or creation date. Category filtering. The knowledge base module allows filtering by category, and clicking enables options to view, rename, create, or delete categories. In preview, we have the knowledge base module supports preview document content and enables swiping left or right to quickly switch between categories. We have the merge function. The knowledge base module allows long pressing to select multiple documents and then merge them. We have the classify function. The knowledge base module enables single or multi-selection of documents to add to categories with the option to create new categories. That's awesome. So it's good to have when you select. And this is one of the things that a lot of this is a nuance that a lot of UIs get wrong, is that when you're selecting multiple things, or if you're just selecting anything and you're making a copy or a duplicate of, it's super important to me to have a way for you to create a new folder to put that information in, or to be able to just to have a space to put that information. And that's what they're doing here. I really think that's important. Classify. The knowledge base module enables single or multi-selection of documents to add to categories with the option to create new categories. Support for selecting and copying specific parts of text within conversations. 3, we got support for regenerating responses within conversations. 4, support for one-click navigation back to the current conversation. And 5, support for single or multi-selection deletion of historical conversation records, as well as renaming them. All right, we're at the last end of this. We're at the end of this long updates document here. But let's do it. Viwoods files. Add support for logging in to Baidu NetDisk. The My Notes module now supports exporting encrypted files. That's nice. Image file previews now support zooming. Global features add support for sharing to cloud storage and third-party applications. Handwritten content can now be globally selected, copied, and pasted. And 3, unify the pen types globally across all sections. And these are global features. For settings, we got advanced wide local area network. Wired. WLAN. Options. A new advanced option selection has been added under WLAN network settings, allowing users to manually configure network parameters such as IP address and DNS. Added a user manual module. Drop down quick access menu. Added an auto ghosting removal feature with manual toggle support. Added a toggle switch for the picking float button. And 3, after connecting headphones or other audio devices, volume adjustment is now supported. For handwriting library, we got handwriting library. We got freehand shapes now undergo 2-step recognition into geometric shapes during long press. That's cool. Undoing the first step restores the original freehand drawing. Optimization and bug fixes we have resolved known issues. And then a thank you towards the end there. That was a lot. Chat. Sheeing says, yay for Gboard integration. That's what's up. That was a lot of changes they've made. If I had that to do all over again, I would not. I simply wouldn't, chat. But you know me, I'm always up to seeing what they have new in the Notes app. And it doesn't look like they have anything new in the Notes app here. I mean, it doesn't look inherently new. Like I said, this little ball right here is the newest thing here for me. But I don't see anything inherently better or new. Oh, associate with daily. I like that. I was hoping to see a UI change here that I would like, but no. I'm going to have to go through this and see what all the intricate changes and the things that they've done. The redundancies, again, is what gets me. Every time I see the redundancies in the apps, that's kind of bothersome. But I'll go through that. I'm going to go through the update and see what I like about it, since we got a lot of new things to talk about there. I like the improvements with the Meetings app. That's what's up. Let me know how you feel about that, Aaron, whenever you get a chance to dive into it. That's what I'll be doing this week. That and the update for the Supernote. Sheen says, I feel like they could have done some more with their folder structure. Is there any way to send them feedback? Yeah, yep, definitely. They have feedback in the actual system. And I don't really mind their folder structure. I just mind them not having a unified thing for their folders. Yeah, the folder structure is trash. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the folder structure is pretty trash. I just mind, like I said, that it doesn't when you can't manipulate your folders like you want to, that's a problem. Like a copy and paste. Or duplicate, for that matter. Something remarkable needs to bring to their system is duplicate. For and sure. All right, so that's the update 3.8.5 for the Viwoods AI paper. I'm going to be diving into that this week, so I can have some opinions on that. Give you guys my feedback. Aaron said, I just want to make folders and subfolders in the meetings app. Man, it should all be one thing. It should all be one thing. All right, what else we got here? Oh, let's talk about the Crystal Nib. So, the Crystal Nib sold out. Jay, how's it going? So the Crystal Nib sold out little after the first day of being on sale. So that was great. And I only had 30 of those and that was like a testing ground for me to see what the reception would be like, whether people would even want them. And to see, and I think that's a good number to get out there in the world to see what people think about them. All right. So, right now, so right now we're talking about the Crystal Nib, and I have these for the Norris Digital Jumbo right here, and I also have them for standard EMR stylus pens. Now, the Norris Digital Jumbo is EMR, but it doesn't have a standard nib. It's a little bit different than the standard nib that comes with the Lamy here, or the Remarkable here, or the standard Boox pen. So these all use standard Wacom nibs. This one uses a modified nib of sorts, so it's a little bit different. So, but through any event, we sold out of all the ones that we had, and I think 30 is a good amount to get out there. We had 5 of the Norris, and we had 25 of the regular ones, and those all sold. So we're going to get some feedback from the people who have those, and I encourage the people, if you're a person who's bought those, which they're going to be going out today. I was hoping to get them out Saturday, but I wasn't expecting to sell all of them in one time. So when it was time to send them out, I had all the orders, and it was just more orders than I could get together in a day, which meant I had to wait till today because I couldn't send stuff out Sunday. So because of they all sold, it just took me a lot of time to get them all together, and I'm going to send those out today. So those will be sent out today. You will get your tracking numbers for those packages today. What else? We'll get some feedback. If you were one of the people who got one, definitely send me feedback. You can go to the website and send me feedback at rantsaboutTech.com. You can send feedback from the YouTube channel. You can hit me up through the email, rod@rantsaboutTech.com. You can do any of those things if you want, but definitely send me some feedback, whether you liked it, how you felt about it, whether it's the best nib you've ever had in your life, which I'm sure it will be. Yeah, just let me know how you felt, because that's going to help me make decisions going forward. The next thing is going to be getting a bigger batch of nibs to make more and to send out more. So that's where we are now. Now, what I'm going to do is I have about 10 extra ones that weren't packaged and sent and put together, which is why I didn't put them on the site. I have about 10 more of them that I'm going to put up on the site in about a week. So those will be ready to sell in about a week. And again, this will be another opportunity for me to get some feedback from the people who have them already. and let me know how it's going. Whether I should continue down this road or, should we abort? No, I'm 100% positive everyone's going to love these nibs. I've been enjoying them for over 6 months now. So I know if I've gotten 6 months of good enjoyment out of them, I know you guys are going to enjoy them as well. But yeah, definitely let me know. Feedback. I also have feedback at rantsabouttech.com too. So if you want to leave feedback there, you can do that. What else we have? I talked about the availability. Oh, so availability for after this batch is going to be in about a month. That'll be enough time to get a lot of feedback. So in about a month, I'll have a bigger lot to sell, and then we'll see what we can do from there. And then it won't be an issue of whether people will be able to get them. It's just about how many do you want at that point. So we'll have that to go in about a month. But again, feedback is integral. So definitely send feedback. I also got a review request, so I'll be sending out a nib to someone who wants to review it. So we'll talk more about that when that becomes like a solidified thing. But yeah, look forward to that too. Look forward to that. That's Crystal Nib news. What else we got here? Terminal X. Let's take a look at Terminal X. I'm not sure if you guys know what Terminal is here. I would show it if my iPhone wasn't dead. My iPhone is my roaming camera. But we got Terminal X here. And this is a bigger terminal. If you haven't seen the normal terminal, it's not that big. I love this. I absolutely love the size of this thing. It's a minute video. Let's go and take a look at it.
We created Terminal to help you stay focused at work. Then 20,000 people got one and told their own story. So we reimagined everything. And what we created next, well, you can decide for yourself. Terminal reduces clutter and helps you know what's going on in the world.
I like that.
Hundreds of plugins make it easy to stay on top of your schedule, the weather, or your favorite sports team.
That size.
But what if it could do even more?
Ooh, do tell, Terminal.
Terminal is now interactive, bigger, higher resolution, waterproof, and of course, more powerful.
Wow. Wait, whoa, chat. Yo. Talk about upgrades. What? I would have been happy with just a bigger screen. They went all out. Holy crap. I want one of these. Oh my goodness. I like it. This could be the answer to my, like, I need an assistant by my desk or whatever. The smaller one it's good, but this could show me so much more information in a better screen. It looks like a better screen.
Whether in a home or office, Terminal's new design blends into the environment, helping you stay present in the moment. Introducing Terminal X.
I like you. I like you, chat. I do. Whoa. What do we got here? Let's go to the chat. I'm one of the few people that likes the meeting and paper app separated. Why, Aaron? I want to know why. I missed out on the nib, so I need one of your personal ones. I'm going to be in Philly this week. I need one. I got you. Like I said, I got a few more that I hadn't packaged up for the website. I got you, Aaron. Here, I want to review the nib. Listen, I would expect anyone who has one to do a review. Rod, you should see if you can get Kit. See if you can get a crystal nib to Kit. Oh, I didn't think about that. I hadn't thought about. To be honest with you, I would rather, because it was a limited run, and I just had a limited few. When I get the bulk order in, that's when I'll send those out to people to review. Because by that time, I'll also have my sheath that'll come in whatever color I want to make it in, kind of thing. The shell for the nib. So I'll have my own shell at that point, and I won't have to be to go through anyone else for that. So it'll be something of my total own creation at that point, which is another thing. But yeah, that's a good idea, and I definitely will see if people want to try it, because I wouldn't mind sending them out for sure. All right, so yeah, the Terminal X. I'm super interested. Let's read what the article got here. This is from Notebook Check. Terminal has released a new smart eInk display. The Terminal X is a larger version of the original device, excuse me, with a faster refresh rate and waterproof enclosure, which is integral to me. It is designed to be used at home or in the office with support for 2.4 or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi and a wide range of integrations such as YouTube and ChatGPT. Man. Okay, so the Terminal X Smart eInk display has been revealed. Excuse me. Wow. Get some coffee. Excuse me, chat. It arrives in a larger, upgraded version of the original terminal display, which was crowdfunded in 2024 before going on general sale in June 2025. Designed for the home or office, it can show information like news, weather, sports, and your calendar. Terminal's new product is a 10.3-inch e-ink display with a 1872 by 1404 resolution and 16 grayscale. A full refresh takes 1.2 seconds, while a partial refresh takes 200 milliseconds. The Terminal X brings support for touch gestures, a built-in accelerometer, and a quick connector. I don't know what that is. The brand's logo has been removed from the front of the device, and support for portrait orientation is said to be on the way. I like that decision to remove the logo from the front. I get you want a brand, but man, of course you can't. Oh boy, what are you talking about, Cliff? Calm down. But I think that was just for the cleanness, the clean look of the device. I think that was a good decision. The hacker-friendly device runs on Terminal's open source firmware, and there are screws allowing you to open and mod the gadget. It supports 2.45 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and there are 8 dashboard layouts and over 80 plugins available, such as Google Calendar, ChatGPT, YouTube, Reddit, and Shopify. While there is no official home assistant integration, this has been demonstrated in a forum. The latest model comes with a stand, a magnetic power mount. A magnetic power mount. That's interesting. With USB-C charging, and it is marketed as waterproof. Plus, a standard 5,000 milliamp hour battery is said to allow the display to run for 3 months on a single charge. You can pre-order the Terminal X for $189 US. No, that's 189 pound. $219 US. The company indicates that the product will ship before the end of 2025, though an exact date has not been provided. The website states that users can cancel their order and receive a refund at any time. There are 6 frame finishes to choose from: black, white, clear, sage, gray, and wood, foxwood. Plus, there are optional accessories like a 7,000 milliamp hour battery upgrade and a clarity kit, which includes the battery upgrade, developer edition device, and a charging cable, which is $35. All right, interesting. I like it. I'm interested. I like it, and I'm interested, chat. Terminal X. What do we think? What do we think? Let me know. If we think anything, let me know about that. I like it. I like it, and I'm looking forward to having one of these. Voya would be 100%. That's a great idea. Hell, I bet Voya would be interested too. Voya would be 100%. Yeah, once I get the production, and I get some feedback, I just want the model I send out for review for people to be like a pristine, after I've gotten some feedback from people and everyone's like, yes, this is good. If you just fix this right here, it would be perfect. And then I'm like, okay, cool, we'll do that. Did we start the show late today? Not really. No. May have 5 minutes, maybe. Oh, I guess not. 78 minutes ago. Yeah. I'm thinking the terminal is getting there. I am loving the upgrade. Love the size too. Wonder if the changes will do for what the changes will do for the battery life. You're right. I love the way they're going. They're definitely headed somewhere and they haven't gotten there yet, eInk, but I love the way that they're going. I love the way that you put that. Thank you. Aaron says, I just like the fact that I can go to one place for all my meeting notes with their own templates and separate file structure. I don't get distracted with other things. I can focus on meeting notes. Okay. But answer me this, Aaron. How is that different than putting all of your meeting notes in its own folder? That would be my thing. Plus, I think the paper app will get cluttered with all these different templates. Okay. Shing says, that's decent. That's decent cost. I may pick one up. Yeah, that's not a bad cost for that device here. Especially for that screen size. Under $200? Well, I mean, if you get the regular version, I think it's under $200. No, it's $219. So just over 200. Aaron says, I don't know about Voya. Kit, yes. Well, how about this? I'll just have my nibs, and then when people want to review them, I'll be like, listen, in a month, I'll have these, and then if you want to review it, then you can. I won't solicit the reviews. And terminal isn't for me. All the eInk type stuff can be handled by a Go. Exact same size too, and any of the dynamic stuff is already being done by a tablet phone. The Rock. Yeah, I was just thinking about the price. I'm like, the Go is like $60 more than that. 50 bucks more than that. I'm tripping. That's $150 more than that. I need someone to help me decide to sell the Go 10.3. I don't really need it with the Tab Ultra C Pro and the Note Max, but now I'm writing on it again with ceramic with the Feel Right 2 on there, and it's so nice. AAA. Don't sell the Go 10.3, says Aaron. The Go 10.3 is the GOAT. I still have mine. When I get the Note Max later this month, I'm not going to sell the Go 10.3. I want to keep it. Unless the Note Max is that much of a beast. Unless it becomes the new GOAT. It could. All right, what else we got here? iFly Note Air 2. I didn't even know this was a thing, chat. I didn't even know this flew under the radar for me. The iFly Note Air 2 review. Like, not only is it out, people are reviewing it already. And I'm like, okay, I didn't even know they made a second one. Or has it been a second one this whole time? And I'm just like, and is someone just now reviewing it? Let's iFly Note Air 2. When did it land? When did this thing land? The iFly Note Air 2. We're trying to figure out when this thing launched. Oh, what the crap? This is the same piece of crap we've been talking about for months. Okay, never mind, chat. It's just someone just took notice of it and started reviewing it. My bad, chat. We're striking this from the topics. We're moving on to the Wacom One Nib. Does anyone know what size? Can anyone confirm that the Wacom One Nib is bigger is a bigger size than most nibs? I don't have one. I have one on order. I should be getting one into the studio here soon. I was on Reddit last night talking to someone about the Wacom One. And then I went to look up the specs for the sizes, and that thing looks to be huge. And I'm just like, can someone confirm that it has one that it's actually a huge nib? They are getting paid to review that thing. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it was already the AI Note Air 2. Okay, yeah, my bad, you guys. My bad. Someone just took notice of it today. I saw a new review up of it. And I'm like, oh, this has got to be new. No, it's the same one. Note Air, the AI Note Air 2. Come on now, be right back. Name me my product, AI Tab Ultra C Pro. Hilarious. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. All right, you guys. That's all the eInk stuff. Unless you guys got some eInk stuff you want to talk about, we're gonna move on to the Maker Faire section of the show. According to Reddit, Wacom One Nib fits a Samsung pen, so it should be the same diameter as most. Okay, all right. So this is my thought. I thought that the Wacom One Nib looked a lot like the Norris Jumbo Digital. I can't stand this pen. The Norris Digital Jumbo. The nib looks the same shape. I just wasn't wondered if it was the same size. Now I gotta get it in. Okay. My theory is you can use the Norris nib I have for the Wacom One. That's the theory. I'm gonna test it out when I get it in here. All right. That's good. Good. All right. Next up, we got the Maker stuff. Let's talk about it. Last thing we got up here is going to be some tips. Better blade cutter results. Now, I'm not sure if I'm telling anybody new here, and I'm probably not. I'm probably not at all. I'm probably not telling anybody anything new here, but we're going to talk about some blade cutting. If my app will open. This X-Tool app takes forever to open. And I got to open Bamboo Studio. Holy cow. And we got to open Cheat-Through Box. Holy cow. Can we get the, there we go. We got the Cheat-Through Box up. Real quick before we get out of here, I just want to share some things of wisdom that share some experience that I've gathered over the last. Ratta is the only one person I know who actually uses a blade cutting machine like this. What? That's crazy. Why would I be the only person? These things, I'm watching craft show people put craft shows together, and like I'm learning so much. Watching people get crafty. Well, for me, I really want laser cutting to be the thing, but since laser cutting isn't like the things I want to laser cut, I'm not at that point yet. I'm just learning the machine, doing blade cutting. All right, so a couple of things real quick. Because blade cutting is going to be the same on most of these machines that do this, most CNC type machines. All right, hello world. That's a good start right there. All right, there we go. Okay, we can see this. So this is one of the things I've learned with this. So if you're gonna, we're not doing laser. This is blade cutting. All right, so the first thing you might see up here is, let's move this out of the way. We'll move this down here. All right, so the first thing you might see is the materials right here is unknown. Now, to me, it's hit or miss with these materials, and you pick the material you want to use, and basically it sets up the parameters for you, so you don't have to worry about it. I never do this. This For the 3D printing parameters, I use those presets. The presets for this machine, I've never used because it's such a like hit or miss whether they got the material in its materials list for you. Like when you're 3D printing, the person or the company you bought your filament or your resin from, they're gonna have the specs that you should be using for your machine. This is not the same for cutting machines. I don't know why. At least the X tool is not the same. So they give you a list of materials here. It's a super limiting list. This list is super limited. It never has the material I'm working with on it. So I always have to go and do the parameters myself. So I have to go to this user defined section right here and then go to this section here. Let me move this out of the way again. And then go to this section right here to like just make my parameters myself. So two of the things I changed instantly, and this is for flat stuff. Like if you got stuff that's real thick, it's a whole different conversation we gotta have because you gotta make some other parameters, but we're not gonna do that today. We're just talking about the paper and sticker type of stuff that you want to cut out. The two parameters you have here is cut pressure and speed and passes, the number of times you want it to do it. Now, these things are going to be the same no matter what machine you're going to be using. So you're always going to have cut pressure, how hard the knife is pressing down, and you're always going to have speed and the number of passes. So you might have more parameters than that, but that's what we have here. You're at least going to have these three. Now, I find that if you're cutting something, the cut pressure, if you're doing like a sticker paper and you just wanted to cut the sticker out like just an example, like right here, this is at different pressures, right? So like at different pressures, it's going to cut out a harder outline. And this is the lightest pressure up here going down to the hardest pressure down here, which cuts out, better. But in my opinion, if you're doing stickers, you don't need it to cut all the way through. As a matter of fact, you want it to cut just enough for you to pull a sticker out and nothing more. Okay, so 190 would have been the pressure for this particular paper right here. But I find that for most, what do we got here? I find that for most of the sticker paper that you're going to use, like for cut pressure, 80 works fine. 80 works fine. And for me, for speed, like for cutting stuff, like I don't care to put speed up at the max because I always think that's just added wear and tear on your machine that you don't really need unless I'm cutting like a billion things and I need them to go as fast as possible. Okay, I'll take that. But like 300, like if you're cutting out letters, you want to go really slow. That's gonna ensure that you. Oh, you know what? My bad. 80 is for vinyl. There we go. 80 is for the vinyl. So if you want cut pressure just to cut through the vinyl and not the under part of the vinyl, 80 is a good pressure to have. And if you're like cutting letters like this, chances are you're going to be cutting some kind of vinyl. So I think 80 is a good pressure for that. But speed is different. Now, speed, you can go fast if you want. It's not going to be very accurate. And as soon as you start going too fast with really small lettering, the accuracy of the blade goes down with higher speeds. So you want to just go as fast as you can go without hindering your accuracy with the blade. So that's kind of the trade-off you're going to make. Quicker speeds, you're going to get done quicker, but the accuracy may not be there if you're doing small things. If you're doing something big that you're cutting, you can take the speed all the way up. It doesn't really matter. But if you're doing intricate stuff like small lettering, you want the speed to be as low as possible. And you want the pressure to be as low as possible too when you're cutting out small lettering for like vinyl. Because if the pressure is too much, it's going to start dragging the vinyl along with the blade. If you just want enough pressure to cut through the vinyl and not disturb the vinyl on the surface that it's on. And the only way you're going to do that is if you keep the cut pressure as low as possible. And that just takes trial and error. And like I said, if you're still having problems, adjust your speed. That's going to give you better detail without causing any problems. Now, sometimes you're going to go to the lowest speed you can and the pressure the lowest you can, and you're not going to be able to get it. And at that point, obviously, you won't be able to make that particular print. But those are the two things I would check. If you're having quality issues with your cutouts for your small cutouts, definitely check your pressure. you adjust your pressure so that it's just cutting just as much as you need it to, and no more. And then check your speed. Reduce your speed until you can't anymore. That's going to help your detail with lettering as well. All right. Lettering, cutting out stuff, speed and pressure. I don't know if they helped anybody. I felt like it's my duty to say so, though. One last thing. Resin. Let's talk about resin stuff. Changing the size of your resin. Oops. We'll skip this version. Changing the size of your resin. Prints. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, so right now we got Chitubox open, and this is a slicer program for my Saturn 4 Ultra 16K. And basically, get this mouse here because it just controls way better with a mouse. Don't do this with a trackpad. It's just save yourself a lot of trouble. One of the things that I've been trying to do is change the diameters of prints that I need to be as precise as possible. So if you're making a 3D print, no matter if you're using a filament printer or a resin printer, if you need a precise part, you're going to have to go through and change some settings, because what's going to happen is you're going to have, sometimes you have expansion of resin or filament to where it expands past the parameters that you have set for the print, which means that if you try to put this print together with another print that you have, and you need it to fit really snugly, maybe it won't fit at all because the print expanded and now it doesn't fit like it should, or it's too small, or it shrunk and now it's too loose to fit in the spot that you need it to go into. So these are two things that you're going to have to deal with when you're talking about 3D printing. That's expanding prints and shrinking prints. And one of the ways I go about correcting for this is I'm in the 3D slicer right here. If you go to your slice settings, right, I have some presets up here in the top left corner that I pick for the resin that I'm using. But what I want to talk about is some of these settings down here. Now, if you go down to your past your print settings to the advanced settings here, you'll see you will have something called shrink compensation right here. If that's not clicked, you don't see the options there. But once you click that, what you can do is you can expand or reduce the size of your prints by a certain percentage to compensate for the fact that they're expanding or shrinking. Say you have a shrinking model, like you made a model, it's supposed to be 12 millimeters. You make the print, and when the print's all said and done, it's 11.75 centimeters. You're losing some area. What you can do is bump up the compensation here by a certain percentage. So what I have here is X is usually at 100%, right, of the size it's supposed to be. If you want to increase that size, you can bump that up past 100%. As you can see here, I have 104% for my X-axis. So what that's going to do is it's going to increase the size of the model on the X-axis by essentially 4%, and so on and so forth with the rest of the dimensions here. And that's how you can increase the size of your print without changing your model, right? You don't have to do any work on your model. Your model's perfect, except you just have to compensate for the shrinking of the model or the expanding of the model. In my case, I had to compensate for the shrinking of the model. I had to make it expand back to its original size. So that meant printing the model bigger than normal, so that when it does shrink, it shrinks down to the proper size. What else we got here? Let's go to the chat real quick. I know plenty of people who want 3D printers. Yeah, I just discovered right now that the Norse Jumbo and Vega use the same nibs, so I need one of the crystal nibs that fit the Jumbo. Okay, that's interesting. That's super interesting. So it looks like there are two prevailing types of nibs on the market: the ones that fit the Norse Jumbo and the ones that fit the regular standards. I might look into making me a one that fit the Norse, because right now I only have a model for the standard ones. That's interesting, Aaron. Do they also draw the same? Also, damn, Kavekos are expensive. Yeah, they are. Uh, Jay says, "Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I got this. It runs Linux like Remarkable, but it's much more powerful." Oh, interesting. Thanks for the link. Yes, they are, Jay. It's like a rite of passage. Only a few may use the Kaweco. That's interesting. Looks like Scribe Premium, skeptical face. The Pen Note actually has the same rock chip RK3566 as a Supernote. Interesting. Is that the controller? Aaron says they write the same. The Jumbo Nib feels a little better. Ooh, okay. It's usually better to fix scale issues in CAD rather than the slicer. You can usually get away with it, but it sometimes messes with the mesh to edit in CAD, especially big changes. Yeah. For me, it was just about shrinkage. Like my dimensions were right, and another thing too. Another reason why I didn't want to change the model in CAD is because once I take this to a bigger manufacturing facility, you know, they won't have this problem with shrinkage and expanding, right? They have controls for that, and I'll need precise measurements. And so I'd rather not bother the model. It's you know, these consumer grade machines that we have, you know, they're good, but there's better out there that you don't have to worry about shrink and stuff like that. Or it's not 3D printing. You can just get a mold, right? So that's the only reason I didn't want to change the model. Else I would have changed the model, right? If I thought, okay, I'm always going to be doing it this way, I would have changed the model. But if I can get away with it without changing the model, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I know what you meant, Derox. It messes with the mesh in the slicer. I totally understood. That Pen Note is very interesting. Wonder what made them go into eInk. I haven't seen the Pen Note. Let's take a look at that. Oh, wrong one. Oh, oh, Pine Note. Oh, okay. Oh, the Pine Note. Pine. It's such a weird name. Pine. Well, I mean, so is Viwoods. Never mind. Open, friendly, community driven. Okay. Wow, I like this. Oh, snap. Jay says he's in the Discord room. Okay. I appreciate you letting me know, Jay. All right, let's hear Jay's take. Jay, I want your take on the Pinewood too. All right, Jay, let's do it. Yeah, Jay, give me 1 second to switch over and. Yep. Oh, there we go. How's it going, Jay?
That's good. Okay, cool. Good. Yeah. So this thing is interesting. So this is it's an older generation of hardware. So this is, I mean, you can see, so 4 ARM Cortex A55 cores, like it says there. That's so that's the same hardware as in the Manta and the Nomad.
Okay.
But then, so basically, what they did is they took. So and the other thing is that you can see it's like a lower DPI screen. It's almost like a Note Air 2. 227 DPI screen. So like from like a hardware perspective, it's not well. It does, although it does have like a regular, it does have a front light and a what do you call it? A warm and cold adjuster. So it actually might be even the same screen as the Note Air 2. But but yeah, so this was apparently based on a build from Bigme from like I think 2022 or something like that.
Okay.
It's not even on their website anymore. And this is the thing with Big Me is like they've always built like pretty good, like to very good hardware, and then they just fall over on the software.
Okay.
So the idea with the Pine Note is, okay, well, what if we take this exact kind of system and put entirely open source software and even like lower level like firmware is open source on it. So
right.
So this thing runs out of the box. It runs a version of Debian Linux that's compiled for this particular piece of hardware. And like if you try writing on it, so there's like there's an app for Linux called well, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced. I guess Zernal. It's like journal but with an X.
So these are all apps that you can use on this Pine Note?
Yeah. So
okay.
anything that runs on desktop Linux runs on this out of the box.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So this one application, xernal, I don't know how to pronounce it, is something that got came up with a number of years ago for people originally with like Wacom like Cintiq tablets, right? That you would use connected to a laptop or whatever.
Okay.
And then so it was originally for that, and so they put that on here, and it works. It's like a little. It doesn't draw exactly right because they didn't have the driver set up for it. But just recently, they fixed the driver, so there's no more eInk lag. So I was like, okay, now that I know that, now I have to try this and see how it works. So I have some like software reloading stuff to do on it just to see how it goes. And the reason why I got this is like some of the same reason why I've been looking at like Sabre and Notable and a bunch of other like things related to that, is trying to figure out how do you really like put together an end-to-end like eInk like note-taking ecosystem across many different platforms where
right.
at the very least you've got something that speaks the same language underneath so that you can use the same kinds of applications with the same data across multiple devices.
Right.
So I want to see. Sheen goes, if you had to pick any device to rebadge, why Big Me? Which like fair point. But well, that's the thing is that like I said, like Big Me generally builds pretty good hardware. Like the 1051C Pro is a really nice machine from a hardware perspective.
So if Big Me builds good hardware, what's the problem?
They cannot get software right. They just can't do it. I don't know why.
So they're having the same problem that Amazon's having.
Well, I mean, kinda like Amazon. Even the Kindle Scribe. The Kindle Scribe is like. I know I'm gonna make somebody mad at me, but like the Kindle Scribe is yeah, exactly. Even the Kindle Scribe is like, with the exception of the screen, which is a custom, a custom cut, design product.
Mm-hmm.
The Kindle Scribe is kind of like a bit of a bargain basement from like a hardware perspective device.
Oh,
then,
see, I was under the assumption that the Scribe's hardware was pretty superb, so that's not the case.
Oh no!
Okay,
I mean, like
okay.
build quality wise, yes.
Okay.
But like from
spec
like
wise.
from like a CPU horsepower perspective, no, it's
okay.
It's garbage.
Okay.
It's like almost as bad as Remarkable.
Oh, okay.
But they can do that because they have from start to finish, they have exactly an idea about what their requirements are and how they're going to set it up and like what the scope of what it can do is, so they can make those decisions and be like, we're going to make it this cheap to produce. Number one, so we can price it cheaper. Number two, so we can have higher profit margins, right? So like, yeah,
right,
but
right.
But like Big Me, just like whoever their hardware engineers are, like they clearly know what they're doing, but like they're just like. Yeah, they just have this. Yeah, they just have this ongoing operating system and software issue where they're just like, good enough, ship it, and it's just it never works. And it's just a really sad state of affairs because it's like this is why I want to be like, could we have, like, if I could put you or Kit or Voya or any of the like content creators out there who actually pay attention to stuff. in charge of Big Me for a year, like
Right.
I feel like they would take over in the span of like 2 seconds, because they just need somebody with like an actual vision of like product, like, you know, like refinement and integrity and like understanding in order to get up to the next level. And like I really wish there was more competition for books out there, and as it is, there just isn't, you know. So that's the reason why I'm always looking for like how do I help, you know, create or build or figure out systems for like having some kind of across the whole like suite of platforms solution for doing note taking across things. Like that's one of the reasons. Well, I'm going to put out a video about this Wacom eInk Pad 11 tablet, which is it's an OLED screen tablet, but it's made by Wacom and it has like next generation Wacom EMR in it.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this, I mean, so far I've been really impressed with this device. Like it's a little slow because it uses what is the name of that company? MediaTek CPU, which is like a lot of the same stuff that Big Me uses in some of their slower gear.
Okay.
But it's still, the thing is like one of the things about Wacom is that they're not interested in sort of like a Samsung, like we're going to build our own ecosystem, like whatever thing.
Right.
You know, we're going to skin everything with our own software that like slows everything down by like, you know, 200 times. It's instead like Wacom just put like what's called the GSI, it stands for generic system image of Android 14 on it. And I mean, it looks like a pixel. Like it's unscanned vanilla Android, you know, Play Store, but like everything else is just like, remember like that one time you were talking about how there was a version of the Galaxy S6 that had
the Play Store version?
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That thing was awesome.
Yes,
right?
it was.
Because it was a speed demon, because it was like we took the same hardware and then you took off all the Samsung
all
crap,
the bloatware.
sudden,
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing. And then they never did it again because of course.
Right.
So like, you know, but like it's like that with this Wacom tablet. You know, so it's like you took a Samsung tablet with the EMR and then you just gave it like vanilla Android and you know, sort of like mid-range CPU hardware. But this thing is really, really nice. Like every note-taking app I've used on it. So I test a whole bunch of note-taking apps on it, and you know, put that in the video to show like how well it works.
Awesome.
And yeah, because like Wacom doesn't. It's interesting that they don't seem to think about the use case of like people using their technology for notes and sort of like for productivity. Like
which seems weird, right?
On art. Yeah, they're so focused on artwork and artists. They don't really contemplate even the idea of people using this stuff for notes and productivity and whatever. And so like that was the reason why I put this video together, to just be like, yeah, actually this does work really well with this. FYI, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Wacom will pay like some small amount of attention and realize, oh, wait a second, like maybe this is useful for people.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I appreciate it. And anything else you gotta say?
No, the only last thing I was gonna say is I'm like fiending for my crystal nibs. So you know,
they'll be on their way today. Everyone's getting tracking numbers today, so I'm sending those out.
Nice.
Dude, we got so many orders that I did not anticipate having to get that many orders together. So there was no way I was going to get that done in one day. So I was happy and overwhelmed, but it was cool.
Think about it this way, like as far as I know, the only way that you promoted those things was like, you know, to the show. And did you even put a post on Reddit about it? I know Aaron did.
No. The reason I didn't market it is because I knew I had a limited number, and I knew that if I marketed it, that, you know, maybe there would be more demand than I could have supply for. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna. I got like a good 20 people that I know will at least buy one. So I'm like, I was thinking if I sell 20 within the course of a week, I'll be happy. But we sold all 30 of them in you know, less than 2 days, and I'm happy about that. But the orders will be going out today. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So so that means that we have presumably another batch getting ready to get produced, right?
Exactly. So what's going to happen is I have a few more that I didn't get ready for that initial launch that I'm going to put on the site in maybe like a week or so. But a month from now is when I'll have the batch that I'm going to promote. Like I'll be able to promote them because I'll have enough to sell, and then I'll get to marketing. I'll be on Reddit. I'll be on YouTube, Instagram. I'm even going to start putting stuff up on TikTok. So you'll see my stuff there too.
This thing, man, this thing is going to sell so fast.
I think so, man. I think
it's
so.
going to be sick how fast it sells. Like,
well, you know what? I'm just happy. You know what Jay? What someone emailed me and they were like, I appreciate what you're doing with making your own nib and making something that everyone can use. And I'm like, you know what? When you get thanked for making something, to me, that's all I need. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like that makes me feel good. That made me feel
good. That's like your self-actualization button, basically. It's like,
there you go. There you go. Yep. Exactly, bro. Exactly. So yeah, so they'll be out today though, man. They'll be out today.
All right. Awesome. So happy Monday. And we'll talk to
you too, man. And have a great week, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
You too. Bye.
All right. Peace. All right, everyone. That was my man, Jay, there. And over at Not a Professional Jay on YouTube, if you want to check out his stuff, he's over there. He's also the maker and author of Rectangular File, some software that he's working on for not just eInk devices, but any device able to export to PDF, right? So there's going to be a lot of functionality for handwriters in that particular app, and I'm excited to get that in my hands and talk more about it when he has a version he's ready to show to everybody. All right, so yeah, that's going to be what last thing we talked about. I think the last thing we talked about was the settings for the resin printer. The last thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to close out the show for today, is we're going to talk about size settings for not just making the product or your model bigger or smaller for shrink and expansion. This next thing I want to talk about, let's get this over here. This next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be, I'm going to have to show you this, but I'm also going to have to draw it. So we're going to draw this as well. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be something they call tolerance compensation. So that's the thing that's blinking on and off here now. So once you don't have it selected, you don't have any options there. Once you have it selected, you have these options that come up here. And you have A and B right here. A, I can't zoom that. Oh, that sucks. Maybe I can zoom the actual screen here. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I won't be able to zoom it. But if you can see it here, for compensation, we have A, and then we have B right here. A is the inner circle here, and B is basically outside that circle. So I'm going to recreate that in the drawing right here. Oh, there we go. All right, so we have a square here. And then we have a circle inside that square. And let's look at that again there. And then we have another circle inside that. So now, what compensation is this? So A is going to be the distance between these two things here. And B is going to be the distance between, let's say, these two things right here. So this is like, and now I'm going to make, this is what the program actually shows you, right? But I'm going to show you something a little bit simpler that kind of takes this explanation and makes it better to visualize. So this is the way I started seeing it. We're just going to take a tube here. And this tube has an inside wall and an outside wall, right? So this is the inside wall here, and we're gonna go ahead and fill the outside wall with some fill. So there's the wall of my actual tube. This section here is what I consider A. This section here is what I consider B. So what I can do, let's go back to the actual picture here. So if I were to manipulate this first number right here, A, in this slot right here, I'd be essentially changing this inner circle. So I can, if I go to the negative version of that number, so right now it's at 0.00. If I go to 0 or negative 0.10 for A, what that's going to do is it's going to make A smaller. So we're going to have something, instead of looking like this, we're going to have something that maybe looks like this. Whoops. So if I decrease A, which is the circle inside this inside circle, if I decrease that value, we're going to make that circle smaller. That's essentially what we're going to do. If I take, and this is A. If I take B right here and say I were to make B smaller, so we're at 0.00 for B. If I take B and make it negative 0.10, now we're going to end up with something that looks like this. Whoops. Wow, I didn't close that? That sucks. I suck at drawing circles. There we go. All right, so can we see that? Yeah, we can see that. And we're going to fill that in. Oh, what happened to my fill? What? All right, there we go. Oh, this drawing is not going well. What happened? Oh, there we go. There we go. Phew! Chat, that took way too long. All right, so now, if I want to increase the outside wall, I'd have to, or if I want to decrease the outside wall, what that's going to do is it's going to make the outside wall really small. But also, you know what I mean? It's going to make this small, which would increase the inside wall, or just make this wall smaller, period. Right? So these are the things. Can we go back here? When we change the tolerance compensation. So we're either changing the inside wall, which would be this inside right here, or we're changing the size of the outside wall, which would be the outside of this thing right here. So for me, my prints were coming out, whereas the inside circle was smaller than what it should have been. It should have been this size. It was coming out this size. And so what I had to do was go into the compensation and up that compensation. So let's get rid of this. Can I get rid of that? I can. All right, so what I had to go and do is say, I want to increase the inside circle and make this bigger. I don't want to change the outside circle or the outside diameter. I don't want to change that. I just wanted the inside to change. So what I did was I changed A. So A was 0.00. I had to increase this inner diameter. So I increased it from 0.00 to 0.01. So that took me, and now it wouldn't take me from here to something this big, but it did increase the circle for me. So that is kind of another way to increase the size and what the tolerance compensation does. It allows you to change the inside diameter and outside diameter, or inside area and outside area of your particular models. That was difficult. Chat, some demos work. I don't know if that demo worked, but I did want to talk about it. I may actually clean that up and put that in a video, because I think that's pretty good information right there. To know what those things do, to get a visual representation of what they do. I'm not sure. Did we get that, chat? All right, eInk, peace. I appreciate you being here. Did Rod just draw a mini disc? It's already been made. Oh boy. I like that there are 4 ROMs for the Pine Note now: Debian, Arch, Alpine, and Android 11. That's what's up. That's what's up. Wide adoption is always good for something new. All right. Whew, man, that was it. I'm not doing any more impromptu demos. That was my last impromptu demo. That was too stressful. I know what tolerance compensation is. It's when you have to go and visualize it and illustrate it. That's a different thing. That's a whole different thing, chat. We made it though. We made it. All right, everybody. It's the beginning of the week. I hope you guys have a great start to your week. Happy Monday. I hope I gave you some news today that was beneficial. I hope I did that. That's the hope. If you're enjoying the show, I appreciate you. Go ahead and throw a big fat like down at the bottom there. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to become part of the crew and be in the chat with a badge by your name, become a member. There's a join button down there. You can do that. If you want to continue any of these conversations after the live stream, we have a Discord link in the below in the description where you can click on and get right to the Discord and become one of the crew there. Become a part of the Discord gang. Discord gang up. Discord gang up. What else we got going? Crystal Nib is going to be in stock again sometime in the next week or so. So if you didn't get a chance to get any in the first batch, I have a few that I'm going to put out. Not a lot. We got the big second batch coming in about a month, so keep an eye out for that. All right, everyone. Every day during the week, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever, we do the tech news, we do eInk news, we do maker news, and yeah. Until tomorrow, you guys, take care, and I will see you all then.